Welcome to Library-ish. Today we're dishing out library secrets, spilling the tea, and diving behind the bookshelves to bring you the real stories from our youth services team. I'm Tracy, librarian and professional plushie wrangler.
And I'm January, library assistant and tamer of tiny book dragons. We're thrilled to introduce you to our youth services dream team. Each one of us brings our own special, unique flair to the library, from expert dinosaur impressions to voice acting skills that put cartoons to shame. We know every Storytime song, every puppet show twist, and every book nook adventure is carefully crafted with love.
Facts. These folks can read The Very Hungry Caterpillar 500 times and still make it sound fresh. Not to mention, they're absolute pros at navigating the chaos of crafts, wrangling puppet shows, and coming up with new ways to keep curious minds engaged.
And who knows, by the end of this episode, you might just find yourself inspired to read a little more, sing a little louder, and maybe even consider coming in and joining the fun. Because here in Butte County, it's not just about the books, it's about building community, one story at a time.
They're passionate, creative, and we are so proud of them. They're the heroes of the stacks, and today they're here to share their stories with you. Join us for the glamour of elegant tea parties, fancy dress parties, and lots of glitter. Welcome to the real Storytime stars of Butte County Library.
Welcome!
Okay, so your name and what are your programs?
My name is John. I'm the countywide children's librarian. My programs are Storytime, and primarily that's what I do 4 times a week. So that's my major program. Other programs, here and there, but those are my main ones.
And you do those at basically all the branches, right?
Yeah, every branch except for Chico and Biggs.
Right.
Yes. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent. So how long have you been with Butte County?
In January, it'll be 3 years.
Have you done children's services all that time? How long have you done children's services?
Yes, I was hired on as the children's librarian. So, before that, no. But since I was hired, yes.
What's your favorite book to read for story time and why?
Oh gosh, I love Jan Thomas. I love the one where he's a cowboy and I get to sing during the book. All of Mo Willems. Those are my 2 favorites too, because I started doing those first when I first started Story Times. And so I have a special fondness for those. They're just so fun to do.
What's your favorite craft to do and why?
I like the headband hat craft. It's very simple. The kids love to color and then to put it on, to wear it as a hat, and they just love it.
So what are your secrets to keeping a room full of kids fully engaged?
If you have fun, they're going to have fun typically. So I try to have a good time, and they can kind of feed off of your energy. So if you're having a good time and you're genuine and you're really trying and you're trying to help them have fun, and if you can do that, you're going to have generally you're going to have a good story time.
Now, do you have any funny stories you'd like to share from your time working with kids?
Too many to name, but it's really fun when the kids come up and they try to stand beside me and lead the story time. And
kind of like they're doing right now.
Yes,
actually,
we have
if
little
you
Barrett here
happen to notice.
For the first time today. And when they
like a magnet, Jen,
yeah,
magnet.
When they feel comfortable joining me as the storytime leader, and they sort of want to do it with me, that's especially fun. And they, getting requests from the kids is always fun. I like to take requests, for songs, and we'll do one sort of drop of a hat, so it's fun.
Whether it's at home or bringing them to a story time, why is it important for parents to read to kids?
Oh my gosh. Well, early literacy, as we know, is so important to instill that love of reading and to just familiarize kids and expose them to words and to language at an early age is invaluable. So the more they read and get, familiar with books and with the printed word on the page, the better it is for everyone.
What do you love about working with kids?
Well, they're so just open and happy and amazing, and they make you feel good. They make you have fun. It makes you think about when you were a kid. So it's all good.
If you could plan the ultimate library program, what would you do?
I would probably do a combination of story times, invited speakers, storytellers, songwriters, musicians. Just have sort of maybe a half a day or even a whole day of just various events where kids can go from one station to the next. You can have art station, music station,
Kind of like a little festival.
a little festival, right? Yes, absolutely. Just a little grab bag, hodgepodge of a bunch of different stuff to keep the kids engaged and interested, and it would keep us interested as well as staff, because it would just be different all the time. And it could be half a day, a whole day. I mean, might be difficult, maybe not so long, but something like that. At least an hour or two, maybe longer than usual. So
Yeah.
to facilitate all the different things we could do.
That's awesome.
I think that would be
Thank
fun.
you for those answers. This is a quick fire round of either or questions, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right. Big crowd or small gathering?
Small gathering.
Okay. Props or nah?
Not so much. I'm not great with props. Like I talked about puppets earlier, I don't feel comfortable as some others do, so probably not.
Theme story time or nah?
Always theme story time.
Okay. Good night moon or where the wild things are?
Good night, moon.
Silly hat or silly voices?
Silly voices.
Dragon themed story time or dinosaur themed story time?
Dinosaur themed story time.
Mm-hmm. Elephant and Piggy or Pete the Cat?
Elephant and Piggy.
STEM or STEAM?
Steam for sure.
Mm-hmm. Favorite children's book character?
Oh my gosh. We just talked about Elephant and Piggy. I would say let's go with Piggy.
Oh,
She's
there
so
we
funny.
go.
Mm-hmm.
She is. And go-to song or rhyme?
Oh, go-to song. I mean, here we are the dinosaurs. I'm trying to think of the name. That's always one I love to do. The kids always get into it, marching and stomping. So I would have to say we are the dinosaurs.
And go-to crafting material?
Material?
Mm-hmm.
Cardstock, construction paper, glue, scissors, the basics.
Basics.
Yeah, markers, crayons.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Library-ish. I'm sitting here with Miss Tu Tran over here at the Oroville Library. Miss Tu, can you tell us a little bit about what you do here at the Oroville Library?
I do the children's story time every Wednesday. But at the end of the Wednesday of the month, we have the puppet shows. Before the puppet show, we will have a little magic shows.
No, I know the kids love it, and they love the magically appearing chocolate trick. I think that's their favorite.
Don't say it, and they will say,
Miss Tu can pull chocolate out of thin air. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How long have you been working with Butte County, Miss Tu?
I started work from 1998 for
Wow.
the extra help.
Hey.
Yeah. And then I jumped to work with the literacy 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the literacy, we just go with the coach. We call it the fancy name coach, literacy coach. And on that, we provide the story time too. I have been hired from Butte County 2016, and then I just jumped on to work with the children right away.
And so you've been doing story time for how many years here?
Around like 20.
20 years?
Yeah,
wow.
almost,
Hey there.
almost.
That's nothing to sneeze at. Very cool. Very cool. What's your favorite book to read during story time?
Oh, the favorite book I love. This book just ate my dog.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah. It's by Richard Byrne. Yeah. I love that one because each time when we just show them, the kids just like, oh, surprise, what happened?
Because the book ate the dog.
Yes.
You don't expect that from a book.
What's
your favorite craft to do?
Oh, the craft? Oh, I don't know. I love all the craft. The kids love that. But I just like to challenge them to do the really hard one, like the crocodile. Parents say, Miss Tu, when we graduate from that craft.
A little challenging, huh?
Yeah, I love to do that.
What are your secrets of keeping a room full of kids engaged?
Oh, that is, I learned from Miss Heather when she worked for literacy.
She was the old literacy manager.
And she said the good way if we sit down with them, and I tried it, and it's worked for me. But sometimes I have a trouble because they just want to sit on my lap. It's hard.
Oh, you're too
really
inviting.
Hard. Yeah, yeah. And they fight each other, like want to sit close to me.
Oh.
So, but now it's pretty good. Yeah, really good. I like it. I like it. So that's why I sit down and then just comfort them.
You join
So,
them at their level.
And then because maybe you know that my side just tiny, close to them, so they like it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you have a funny story about Storytime or working with the kids that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes. The first time when I use a puppet,
Mm-hmm.
and then because I make the puppet look like live. So kids first, especially with the skunk. Oh, I should bring the skunk, not Mr. Bear today.
He's fine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
with the skunk, they scare about when I say, "Oh, you will see the black and white animals," and then it's a little stinky like this, and they do like that all the time. But I said, "Oh no, I promise." She already took a shower in the morning, so that's so fun.
That
fun.
takes the stink
Yeah,
away,
yes.
right? Yeah. Whether it's at home or bringing them to Storytime, why is it important to read to kids?
Oh, reading is really important.
Mm-hmm.
It just like maybe just like increase the skill for socialize,
Mm-hmm.
communicate, and education too in the
Mhm.
future. So that's why.
If you could plan the ultimate children's program
Mm-hmm.
for the library, money is no object,
Yeah.
what would you do?
Ooh, I really love that. Maybe we have some more like specific place, really good place for the children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they can play more around here.
Wonderful. So this
Okay.
next round, Miss Two,
Uh-huh.
is the quick fire round. You answer these questions as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Whatever
Okay.
answer pops in your
Okay,
head. Are you
okay.
ready? You got your comfort
yeah,
bear ready?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Here
I'm
we
ready.
go. Big crowds or small gatherings? Which do you prefer?
Oh, I think just I like. This is really hard question. I like the big number, but the small crowd that's easy to control too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Props or nah?
Mm.
You don't like props?
Yeah, I like it, but
Yeah. Okay,
we
not
need
even
time.
puppets?
No, puppet is my favorite. Oh, no.
Don't take my puppets.
Yeah, don't take my puppet away.
Themed story times
Mhm.
or no?
I like things.
Mm-hmm.
I like things because each season we have a different thing. So sometimes we need to change that, so make it different.
Yeah.
Not like the same anytime. Like so boring too.
Goodnight Moon or Where the Wild Things Are?
Oh, where the wild thing are. That's really
It's a
thing,
fun
because
one.
I like wild too.
Silly hats or silly voices?
Oh, silly voice. I like it. You remember that story, right?
I remember the silly
Yeah.
voices.
No, with the book with no pictures.
The book with no pictures is a fun one, and it lets you do a lot of fun voices.
Yes.
Dragon themed or dinosaur?
I like dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah.
All
Kids
day.
love the dinosaur too. Yeah, but we have the dinosaur story on November.
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
I
Dino
love
November.
that.
We just
Yeah,
had that.
Yes.
Elephant and Piggy or Pete the Cat?
That's really hard. I love both of them, but I like elephant.
Steam or STEM?
Steam. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Favorite children's book character?
Some characters such as like that in My Lucky Day. I love that character. Like he pretend like he not know everything. Later on, they treat the
He's a clever little piglet.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Go-to crafting material.
Crafting. Go to crafting.
What is the crafting material that you prefer to use? Like you go to immediately. Your favorite crafting material. This is what I choose.
Okay, I would do like paper bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the paper crafting.
Paper crafting
Yeah.
materials, huh? Yeah.
That's easy, and it's not hard for us to pick
Mm-hmm.
cheap.
Do you have a favorite song or rhyme that you like to do with the kids?
Oh, the fish song.
The fish song?
Kids love that. Sometimes we busy,
Uh-huh.
and I just said, "Oh, I forgot something," and they said, "Fish, fishy, especially with the little one, Yeah, like today, I did a story and I forgot about because I think maybe we do not forgot about fish, but one ding dong song too. She reminded me, you not do the ding dong song. I said, oh, I'm sorry. Next time we will do that. She always requests some song too.
Well, thank you so much for sitting
Thank
with us,
you.
Miss Two. And
Thank you.
You can catch Miss Two here at the Oroville Library for their story time every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Come for some fun songs, some fun rhymes, and a fun story. It's a fun time.
Puppet shows too.
And puppet shows.
All right, we're starting again with the getting to know you with this person right here. Please give me your name and what are your programs?
Yes, my name is Kimberly Wheeler, and my programs are Sure Start, Family Playtime, and Lunch at the Library.
Excellent. How long have you been with Butte County?
Most recently, about 2 years. I had 1 year out of town, and about 11 years before that. So I started in 2010.
So cool. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
And during that time, how long have you done children's services?
I'd say 10 years of the library time total, 10, 11. Yeah.
What is your favorite book to read for story time and why?
Any of the pigeon stories by Mo Willems, because we're pretty much guaranteed to get some laughter and really positive engagement. Yeah.
Very true. What's your favorite craft to do and why?
Just that animal ear headband. You make the headband, you can do doggy ears, you can do kitty ears. You can make it any kind of critter you want. And kids seem to enjoy that, kind of creating sort of their own like little costume piece.
What are your secrets to keeping a room full of kids fully engaged?
I think the key to that is really just trying to relax and be yourself and, staying authentic in the moment, making sure you're making eye contact with everybody, putting yourself out there, really connecting with everyone. And I think that's the best you can do. And then hopefully if you have great content and stories and music, that helps as well. But you really have to be yourself, I think.
Authenticity, it's always key. I'm just saying. Do you have a funny story you'd like to share from your time working with kids?
Oh, a funny story. Let's see. There have been so many funny stories over the years because kids they bring the fun, they bring the humor every day. There was one time I'd gotten a new dress and I wore it to story time and it had like glitter embedded in the dress somehow. It was like part of the fabric. And they just loved it. The kids loved it. They thought it was a princess dress and kept like coming up and like wanting to check out the texture. It was very cute. And then I learned the power of princess dresses at story time or like what you wear is a thing that they might connect with. So I don't know why that one comes to mind, but
no, that's awesome. That's totally awesome. That's very cool. I could see the appeal of the glitter dress. So whether it's at home or bringing kids to story time, why is it important to read to kids?
Yes. It's so important to read to kids because you're going to not only just help them with their language development, with their development in other areas as well. It's going to help them with their mathematics. It's going to help them with reasoning, with logic, with relationships. So really also the connection, the bond, and we talk about that a lot, the connection between the caregiver and the child, and that we'd like to foster that at the library. And that, once something like that is established, there's no limits.
What do you love about working with kids?
Oh, I know.
So I know you got it. You. I know it's hard to whittle it down for you.
It's a great question, though. There's a part of it that others have said that makes you also feel youthful at heart. It keeps you young at heart in a way to be able to relate to children. And that's kind of a beautiful space to be if that's something that appeals to you. And to me, it does.
Sure.
I love that connection. Yeah. And keeping like a sense of vitality or at least kind of knowing the way that your community is growing. And there's so much that they actually give back to us. And we think of ourselves, as service providers of what we're putting out, what we're offering, but that really they give so much. And again, it's that authenticity piece where kids are just authentic. They are who they are. And that's such a gift to be able to interact with that. Yeah.
If you could plan the ultimate library program, what would you do?
Oh boy. I'm trying to think of maybe some things that would be fun to do here that we haven't really had a chance to do in the past, like maybe a children's author fair or an illustrator fair. So that they could have exposure to writers and illustrators or ask questions. There's so much local talent in our community in Chico and in Butte County and beyond, that it would be really fun to get everybody together. And I know that would involve a lot of caregiver support as well, but something like that might be really fun. And then I always love a big Harry Potter event. I am a sucker for a big Harry Potter party every time, and how it can look so many different ways and include so many different age groups and caregivers.
Awesome answers all.
Thank you.
And so now we are going to move into the quick fire round. All right, are you ready? Okay, this is a series of this or that questions, and it's always a good time. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Big crowd or smaller gathering?
Let's go with the big crowd.
Good
It's the
deal.
holidays.
Props or nah?
Yes, props.
Theme story time or nah?
No, let it be organic. Let it flow.
I know.
That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with dragon today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're following our heart today.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. And I think I might know the answer to this one. Elephant and Piggy or Pete the Cat?
Elephant and pig.
Dragon themed story time or dinosaur themed story time?
Oh.
I know.
That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with dragon today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're following our heart today.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. And I think I might know the answer to this one. Elephant and Piggy or Pete the Cat?
Elephant and piggy.
Yeah, I know. STEM or STEAM?
Steam. Let's get that A in there. Let's get the A for the arts.
A for arts. Favorite children's book character?
Oh, okay. It's throwbacky. Alexander from Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And so that takes me back to like first grade, but fell in love with Alexander. I had so much empathy for his situation.
No, that's a great book.
Yeah. He normalizes a lot of processes that kids go through
Yes.
on the daily.
Yes, absolutely. No, great one. Do you have a go-to song or rhyme?
Oh, okay. Go-to song. It's probably going to be I Know a Chicken by Lori Berkner. We lean on that one. We lean on Lori Berkner. We love her so much. And it's always joyful. It's super interactive. Maybe not so much have like a rhyme I lean on, but yeah, Lori Berkner music and I Know a Chicken.
And the final question, go-to crafting material.
Oh. Is it going to be pony beads or is it going to be craft stems? What's it going to be?
Feeling torn.
I'm going to go with the craft stems.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
And
Excellent.
The versatility of craft stems and the way that they connect other supplies.
I mean, they fit in so many different ways. You can use them so many different ways. Versatility.
Yes.
Is craft stems.
Neon, glitter, your standard solid colors, different textures. Let's
all that
connect
stuff.
Some things.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that's it.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we're going to start with the getting to know you. Can you tell me your name and what are your programs?
My name is January, and I do kiddo programs in 3 different branches. I do in Paradise, I do a baby story time. I do Crafternoon for kiddos ages 6 to 11. Here in Oroville, I do a teen program for ages 12 through 18. And then in Chico, I do a baby story time. I also do a afternoon creation station, which is another program for kiddos ages 6 to 11. And then I also do a homeschool program over there for homeschoolers for elementary up through middle school, and it's a lot of fun.
And we know you already know her, but we just thought we would introduce her. So how long have you been with Butte County?
Oh my goodness, almost 3 years.
How long have you done children's service?
Almost 3 years.
It's funny how that works out.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it funny?
You find a niche that feels really good, and you settle in it, and you make yourself at home, and then that's just kind of how it is.
So, what's your favorite book to read for story time and why?
The Book with No Pictures by BJ Novak. There it is. Because it's a lot of fun, and you get really animated, and the kids are always into it, and they're rolling on the floor laughing by the end 100% of the time.
What's your favorite craft to do and why?
Ooh, any age range? Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of paper circuits. I love playing with electricity. It's a lot of fun. And when you take a little battery, you take copper tape, and you take LED lights, and you can make a little circuit, and then you take art and you work it in there, and they can make these cards that actually light up. And it's so fun to see their faces light up when they're like, oh, I'm a scientist and I controlled electricity. It's just so much fun. I love it.
What are your secrets to keeping a room full of kids fully engaged?
Singing. Yeah. Depending on how old. Younger kids, they love to get into a song. So once you start singing and you start dancing, they want to do it with you. They want to have lots of fun. Older kids, it's a hit and miss. It really depends. But if you're energetic and you're excited about what you're doing, they will be excited about what they're doing. So you want to bring a good level of energy anytime you got kids, which is not, it's easy for me to do.
No, I know. I can tell what a struggle that must be for you.
Oh, yeah. Coffee and I have a
bring
wonderful
energy.
relationship.
Yes, exactly. Whether it's at home or bringing them to story time, why is it important for parents to read to kids?
Oh my. So if you want the scientific explanation, kids, especially those that are under the age of kindergarten, need to be exposed to enough vocabulary so that they're sufficiently trained to start kindergarten. That's why we have the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program, because you want them to have those skills before they start the program so they'll be successful in it. In addition to that, to have a successful reader in your home, you want to inspire a love for reading. And what better way to inspire a love for reading than to start them early with books that they like to read? Bring that energy into reading. Make it a fun activity, and your kids will enjoy it.
Yep, that's positive reinforcement, and that's what works. So what do you love about working with kids?
Oh, the little humans are lovely. I love them. I love the honesty of them. I love the blatant honesty. If something's fishy, they'll come right out and tell you. And you know what? Sometimes, especially after working with adults where you have to kind of, be a detective with certain social interactions, when you get to around kids and you just have blatant honesty, it's refreshing. It's like you know exactly where you stand with these teeny tiny humans. And it's chef's kiss. It's great. I love them.
And finally, if you could plan the ultimate library program, what would you do?
With ultimate monies?
Yes. No, money is not.
Oh my goodness. I would love to have book programs that connect to books. For example, I'd love to take a book like the Harry Potter series and have actual programs that reflect to it, like Harry Potter cooking, and then the magic, and then the all the fun stuff that can go behind it that costs a lot of money. I would love to be able to have just free reign to do that. I have all these amazing ideas that are hampered because we just don't have the budget. But I love connecting books to programs. I just think it's a lot of fun, and it inspires kids to start reading. So just any kind of book I could connect to a program, I would want to do that.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Oh, and science experiments. Science experiments are great. I would love to do endless science experiments. Oh, those are so fun. I'm so sorry. I realized because science, because we have in the homeschool club we're taking DNA out of a strawberry, and we're going to strip that DNA right out of that strawberry. We're going to put it under a microscope, and we're going to get to see how it looks. And we need stuff like that to do fun stuff like that.
That's okay. That's okay. No, we love that. We don't like you like what you do. We
it's
like
fun.
that.
It's a lot of fun.
All right. It is now time for our quick fire round. Okay. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Big crowd or small gathering?
Ooh, both are great, but small gathering. I like getting to know my patrons.
Props or nah?
Props, 100% props. They're so much fun.
Theme story time or nah?
Themed all day.
Good night moon or where the wild things are?
Where the wild things are. I like to pretend. Yeah, that's good.
Silly hat or silly voices?
Silly voices.
I like the silly voices. They make me so happy.
And it's always fun to pull out, fake accents for kids. And every so often, you got to get them laughing in order to get them into the story. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Excellent. Dragon themed story time or dinosaur themed story time?
Dragons all day, every day.
Okay.
If you know what, dinosaurs, they're amazing, but dragons can breathe fire and fly. So yeah.
I get it. Elephant and Piggy or Pete the cat?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Mm.
I'm gonna say Elephant and Piggy because I love their friendship dynamic. And Pete the cat's a cool guy. He is 100% a cool guy. He has cool oozing from his pores. But I like the friendship that Elephant and Piggy have. I love them. They're my pals.
STEM or Steam?
Steam. Oh my gosh. You open a whole new window when you add art to it. Oh my goodness. And it's so much fun. The paper circuits activity I do would not be nearly as much fun if it didn't have that A in it. It's beautiful.
Favorite children's book character?
Oh, like my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, when I was growing up? Oh, it's the Hungry Caterpillar.
Oh.
Mainly because I see myself in him.
Relatable.
100%.
Relatable. Go-to song or rhyme?
Oh my goodness. Whenever I'm freaking out and I have the kids in front of me and I gotta think of something really fast, I do open shut them. Would you like me to sing for you?
No, thank
Oh, okay.
That's good. We're good. Thank you. Go-to crafting material.
Pipe cleaners. There's so much you can do with them and we have an abundance. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. That's it. Thank you very much. We're
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Hello, and we're doing another getting to know you. We've got notes, we've got props. This is all good. Can you give me your name and what are your programs?
My name is Kathy, and my programs are I do Babies Love Books, Afternoon Kids Club, and Curious Minds Homeschooling Club.
How long have you been with Butte County?
I have been with Butte County in different facets for about 10 years,
How long have you done children's services?
about 9 years.
What's your favorite book to read for story time and why?
I would say because I do Babies Love Books, that's mostly where I do my story time. I have Moo Ba La La La. This is one of my favorites, and it is a board book, which makes it baby friendly. It was also one of my kids' favorite books, and it's sort of like you can read it or you can sing it. So this one definitely. And then I like big books, and I cannot lie. This is one of my favorites, and mostly because of the artwork in it, and plus it's very big. So it just goes through the alphabet, and it's a classic.
That's awesome. I love that. So what's your favorite craft to do and why?
Well, you know, there's lots of crafts with paper and glue sticks and scissors and all of that, and yarn and everything. But I really prefer, for the Afternoon Kids Club, I like watercoloring.
Oh, fun.
I like watercolors and any kind of painting, because kids, you can kind of direct them, but they just take it into so many creative levels. And it gives them a way to relax without having an end product that everyone's has to be the same. So I like that.
What are your secrets to keeping a room full of kids fully engaged?
That is a challenge. I would say talking to the kids, reminding them what it means to be an audience. If it is a group with little toddlers, you have to just expect some of them to go running away. That's okay. Like bringing the focus back to the group.
Do you have a funny story you'd like to share from your time working with kids?
I do.
I saw that glint in your eye. I can tell you do.
There's a lot of them. But one that I could think of is most recently we were doing a craft in the Afternoon Kids Club, and this little boy was with his brother, and he said, just so honestly, "This makes me feel so young." And I said, "Well, you are young. How old are you?" And he said, 10. And I was like, "Well, 10's pretty young." And he's like, "Well, it's 2 digits. You know, and I'm growing." And then he went on to tell me how he's growing and everything, and I was very touched that it makes him feel young. I thought it was so nice.
Time is just going so fast.
It was good. And his little brother was there, who was probably maybe about 8. So maybe that's why he felt like he's older.
He looked at the little brother. Remember these years, kid.
That's good.
It's all downhill after 9. I love that. Okay, whether it's at home or bringing them to a story time, why is it important for parents to read to kids?
One of the most important reasons is that you're taking time to sit with them or read to them, because they'll remember that more than any screen you give them or, you know, any TV show you watch. They're going to remember hearing your voice, turning the pages with you. When they can start to read too, they want to read some. Or if you read a chapter book and then you can to be continued, they'll be waiting for that next chapter. And then in the library, bringing your kids to story time, I think helps kids maybe their first social experience because maybe they're not in school yet.
What do you love about working with kids?
I just feel like kids are just honest. They're open. They're not jaded. They're like the hope of our future. And you just witness that, like they say, out of the mouths of babes. The other day there was some little kids and this little girl was like, my name is, such and such, and what's your name? And then the next thing was, do you want to be my friend? And right away the other child was like, yes. There was no hesitation. And I was just witnessing this like, oh my God, just imagine if grown-ups acted this way. Yeah.
It would be a much better place.
Yeah. So I think just the open, fresh view of life, you can see it through children.
Yeah. And so final question.
Okay.
If you could plan the ultimate library program, what would you do?
Oh, I know this one. I would have a beach party. I would full on bring in sand. Okay, we lay down a big tarp, bring in real sand, bring in beach balls, bring in a bucket with shovels, full on sand party, bare feet. I would love it. Yeah, I'm not sure how we could get away with doing that without leaving a big sand footprint, but that would be my ultimate. Maybe in little baby pools.
There you go.
Maybe. It's not the same, but.
Well, but I mean, this is that fantasy program.
Oh, yes.
So,
I would definitely do
fill
that.
the library.
Oh, yeah, I would have I'd have sand.
Fill the parking lot.
Beach party. Yeah, it'd be a blast.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, now it is time for the quick fire round.
Oh.
And so the quick fire round, I will be asking you either or questions.
Okay.
You can answer either with the single response, or you can elaborate if you wish. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I feel like I'm in a
Okay.
game show.
Okay,
ready.
here we go. Big crowd or smaller gathering?
Smaller gathering.
Props or nah?
Props.
Theme story time or nah?
Nah.
Goodnight moon or where the wild things are?
Where the wild things are.
Silly hat or silly voices?
Both.
Oh, there we go, mixing it up. Dragon themed story time or dinosaur themed story time?
Fairies.
Oh,
Little fairies. Little fairies.
There we go.
Have little wings.
There we go. Elephant and Piggy or Pete the Cat?
Pete the Cat.
STEM or STEAM?
STEAM, because art makes everything better.
Favorite children's book character?
I might have to say Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Ooh. Your go-to song or rhyme?
Wheels on the Bus, because they go round and round.
All through the town.
That's right.
And go-to crafting material?
Glue sticks and paper.
There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right.
Hi, I'm here with Miss Cheryl. She's the Storytime lady here at the Chico Library. Hi, Miss Cheryl.
Hi, January.
I've got some questions for you. This is to help us get to know you a little better. So are you ready?
I am ready.
Excellent. Actually, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do here at the Chico Library?
I'm in children's programming at Chico Branch Library and story times, toddler and preschool story time, and reference.
Oh, and you're amazing. I hear all the time from all the patrons coming and saying how amazing Miss Cheryl is. Oh my gosh, they love you and they remember you. It's amazing. Anyway,
Thank you.
so are you ready for the questions?
I am ready.
Okay. How long have you been with Butte County?
20 years.
Fantastic. Do you love it?
Yeah, I love it.
Excellent.
Yes.
How long have you done children's services in those 20 years?
I would say over 15. I can't quite remember when I started doing children's programming. I kind of did the Thursday afternoons, and I don't remember when that is. But then when my daughter was born, so 14 for sure, but definitely over 15.
Excellent. Excellent. That's lovely. What's your favorite book to read at story time and why?
Well, today I just read If You See a Kitten. And I like it because everybody says "oh" when they see the kids. It's very cute.
Because they're cute.
It's very cute.
What's your favorite craft to do and why?
Oh gosh, I mean, I have boxes and boxes of crafts. I guess I'm liking a little more when it's a little bit more open-ended now, and they can be a little more creative and not have to put everything exactly in the right spot. And I'm liking that a little bit more.
Creativity is amazing, isn't it? Oh my goodness. What are your secrets to keeping a room full of kiddos engaged?
I do a lot of jumping around, and I'm very loud. So
I feel you.
Yeah. But also I use puppets, I use songs, I use scarves, I use lots of props. And if you can get the families singing, then that really helps.
You got them. Wonderful. Do you have a funny story that you'd like to share about working with the kiddos?
Like they tell you funny things like, oh, so-and-so peed his pants the other day. I mean, right in the middle of story time, like not related to anything that's happening. So funny stories like that. Lots of funny.
Whether it's at home or bringing them to a story time, why is it important to read to your kids?
There's a million things happening when you're reading to your children. Especially, it just happened here at playtime. I'm just sitting next to them. They're just getting that level of comfort. There's that association with obviously with books and pictures and letters, and I was noticing this little person recognizing a lot of sounds, and I was thinking, like, if I keep repeating this word, they're going to understand this word as they go on. Or maybe this is a really complicated word, but when they're learning language and literature, then they're learning a lot of sounds, a lot of repetition.
What do you specifically love about working with kids?
They're just growing, and I just love seeing them when they learn something. Like in the middle of story time, when they learn how to stomp like a dinosaur, or they learn how to use their hand for a movement, or they learn a word, or they can sing a song. And one of my favorite things that happens is they may not participate for years, and the parents will come back to me and say that, oh, when we were in the car driving to the store, they were singing all the songs at Storytime, and I think that's amazing.
If you could plan the ultimate library program, money is no issue, what would you do?
Oh gosh, so I love bringing musicians to the library, and I have done this before, but I would bring red yarn from Portland, Oregon. It's very expensive to bring someone from Portland. I would bring Jim Gill back from East Coast. I would bring Lori Berkner from New York.
Chickens.
Yeah, so I would definitely have a concert series.
Wonderful. That's great.
Artists.
We need to make that happen. Oh my goodness. Now, I've got a series of questions that's really quick fire, and you got to answer on your toes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Shake it out? Okay. All right. So it's an either or. Big crowds or small gathering?
Big.
Big crowds? Props or nah?
Totally props.
Excellent. Theme story time or nah?
Themed.
Good night moon or where the wild things are?
That one's getting me. I'll go with the wild things. I'm a little wild at story time.
Yay! The kids love it though. Silly hat or silly voices?
Silly hat.
Dragon themed story time or dinosaur themed story time?
Dinosaur, because they love it. But I would go dragons, but they love dinosaurs.
Gotta give the people what they love. Gotta.
What they love.
Elephant and Piggy or Pete the cat?
Reading aloud?
Either one.
Pete the cat reading aloud.
Yeah. STEAM or STEM?
STEAM has art, so art.
Excellent. STEAM. Favorite children's book character?
Oh gosh. I'm really hooked on winter books right now. Okay, well, any Sandra Boynton character.
She's amazing. Wonderful.
Anyone.
Any
one of her critters, no problem.
Wonderful. What's your go-to story or rhyme?
I just said Sandra Boynton. My rhyme. Oh gosh, I use so many, but I do love to do Wheels on the Bus because it really gets the whole crowd involved.
Yeah, and it's an oldie but a goodie. And your go-to crafting material?
Glue, lots of glue.
Excellent.
Use lots of glue. Parents are like, don't use too much glue. Use lots of glue.
All the glue.
I will get you all the glue that you could use.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for letting us interview you. And this is Cheryl. She's right here at the Chico branch, and she does wonderful story times on Tuesday and Thursday. Come and see her. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you, January.
Please tell me your name and what are your programs?
My name is Aiko. I work at Durham, Gridley, and Biggs. My programs definitely are Crafternoon and Kids Club.
How long have you been with Butte County?
It will be 9 years in January.
Sheesh. That's a long time.
You're telling me.
Well, we have other people who have been here longer, so just saying.
Yeah. Cheryl.
Yeah. Kimberly.
Kimberly. Well, there was a little break there. Cheryl, Kimberly.
Mhm.
I can't think of who else.
How long have you done children's services?
I was pretty much hired for children's services with the, here you have to come up with programs and this is what you do. And
Mm-hmm. Cool. What's your favorite book to read at Storytime and why?
the monster at the end of this book, it's Sesame Street. It features Grover. There is a sequel. There is another monster at the end of this book featuring Elmo, but I like the first one better. My mom is a huge Elmo Grover fan, and she just loved reading it. And so I just love reading. It's fun. The kids don't know what to expect, and they get a monster at the end of the book.
A very lovely monster, too.
Yes.
Gotta love Grover. What's your favorite craft to do and why?
I really like doing sun catchers. So
Mhm.
you cut out a frame, and then you put it on contact paper, and the kids just go at it, putting tissue paper on it, and then it's really pretty. So we'll do snowflake sun catcher next month.
Nice. So it's also something you can do all the seasons.
Oh yeah, we've done snowflakes, we've done rockets, we've done butterflies, we did a kite. Yeah, we did a kite. I can't think of what else.
Really adaptable. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very fun.
What are your secrets to keeping a room full of kids fully engaged?
I actually have no idea how that happens because there is always someone who is doing something else. So as long as you can just keep talking to them and whatever, it's fine. As long as I get a few, I'm okay. I can't do a whole room. Can't do it.
Do you have any funny stories you'd like to share about your time working with kids?
Well, I do have kind of a funny story. There is a step down in Durham from our play area to our regular area, and I'm a little old, so I was sitting down very carefully, not making the grunt noise. But little Jane, who was 2 at the time, who has a grandma and a great grandma and all of that, she sat down and went, "Oh!"
She did it for you.
She did it for me.
Aw.
She was so cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
So whether it's at home or bringing them to a story time, why is it important for parents to read to kids?
Because it's just the coolest thing in the world. It helps them with their reading. They learn their language better. And one of my favoriteest memories growing up is my mother reading Lord of the Rings to us. And we were elementary school and high school, I think. It's just a great way to bond.
Mm-hmm. Very true. What do you love about working with kids?
There's always a surprise. Today I was talking with Bennett. We went from bubbles to barbecue sauce. And why he doesn't like kisses from his mom right now.
Oh.
Well, he's 3. He'll get over it.
Yeah, no, it's very technical reasons. And
Technical
then he'll
reasons.
work it out and he'll be good.
Yeah. So it's always a surprise. Bennett with not grandma or mommy kisses. Jane with the ugh. All the time. There are surprises.
Awesome. So if you could plan the ultimate library program, what would you do?
I kind of think I do already. I mean, between the story time and the crafternoon and it gets them engaged and it uses their creativity. I can't think of anything. I mean, yeah, have LeVar Burton come read.
There you go. There's an idea.
I mean, you can make that happen. Let's go. But
write your congressman, write your senator. Let's make it happen.
No, I think we need to write LeVar Burton.
Well, that too.
Because, well, that would be, I think he would be so cool at a story.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that would be my LeVar Burton. Make that happen.
Yes, I love it. All right, now it's time for the quick fire round.
Uh-oh.
Ding, ding, ding. All right. So this is going to be a round where I'm going to ask you a series of this or that questions.
Okay.
And you can elaborate as much as you'd like, or you could just give me one-word answers, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Okay. Big crowd or smaller gathering?
Smaller gathering.
Props or nah?
Nah.
Theme story time or nah?
Themed, kind of. Not tightly.
Good night moon or where the wild things are?
Okay, here's where I admit to being a bad library assistant. I have never read Where the Wild Things Are, so it would have to be Goodnight Moon. I know, I don't even own a cardigan.
Well, there you go. There's the problem right there.
Yeah. Maybe when I get the cardigan, I'll read Where the Wild Things Are.
Suddenly it'll just pop into your brain. Silly hat or silly voices?
Silly hat.
Dragon theme story time or dinosaur theme story time?
Dragons.
Elephant and Piggy or Pete the Cat?
Both.
Oh, spicy. STEM or STEAM?
I don't care. No? Yes? STEM.
Favorite children's book character?
You mean other than Grover? I would really have to go with Grover or Pooh Bear used to be my
Go-to song or rhyme?
None. I don't sing. So ABC.
Go-to crafting material?
Contact paper and tissue paper. No glitter.
Taking it back around.
Yes, no glitter. Paint is not my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Mod Podge glue a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, something easy. Not messy.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thanks,
Thank
Heiko.
you.
Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Library-ish. We hope you had as much fun getting to know the real Storytime stars of Butte County Library as we did sharing their stories.
Honestly, I think I may have gotten a few new taglines for my own story time after this episode. This team brings so much passion, creativity, and yes, a little bit of drama to every day at the library. They make our library the magical place we know and love.
Right. And for all our listeners out there, whether you're a regular at Storytime or you just enjoy peeking in once in a while, thank you for joining us. We're so proud to work with a team that believes in the power of books and the joy of storytelling.
And remember, if you're in Butte County, stop by and say hi to these stars yourself. There's nothing quite like the energy of a live story time. And trust me, you'll want to see these folks in action. They're amazing.
Until next time, keep reading, keep imagining, and keep being curious. You've been listening to Library-ish, where the library life is anything but quiet. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.